Hello and welcome to Pi the AI Guy. This channel is about using AI in practical, real-world ways. No hype, no fluff, just the good stuff. In this first series, I'm walking you through how to set up a YouTube channel using AI tools from scratch. And we'll be starting with the basics, just creating a channel profile picture using Gemini and ChatGPT to see which one does it best. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to create your own profile photo, whether it's professional, whether it's something funky, something imaginative, whatever your heart desires. Hopefully this will help you out. But before we proceed, how about you like and subscribe to this channel, and that will make sure that you don't miss any of the upcoming topics in this particular series and any of the other more advanced AI topics that I'll be covering moving forward. So let's jump right in. So we want to start with the configuration. So for this particular YouTube channel, so as I mentioned, Pi the AI Guy, right now it's absolutely not configured, and I'm looking to create a profile picture. That's the simplest thing, the first thing I want to start with. And I wanted to use Gemini, but I also wanted to compare ChatGPT to see which one really does it best and go from there. So for this particular channel, I was looking for something a little bit more interesting, and I wanted to create a profile photo where it had maybe a pixel art look with a cyberpunk style. And I created this little prompt to start with. So I want to create a profile photo for my new YouTube channel, Pi the AI Guy, and I want to provide it with a reference image so that at least it somewhat looks like me. And this is the reference image that I want to use. I mentioned it here. I used a black and white referenced image of me and create a pixel art cyberpunk style image in a 1:1 square ratio. And of course, I don't want it to include any text. So once I have that, I can just simply drag and drop my image, and we leave this on fast and click to execute the prompt. And let's see what this famous nano banana actually generates for us. And as you can see, it's horrendous. It just simply took my image, it added some color for some reason. I mean, the background is kind of cool. It's not really pixel art either, but this is what we ended up with. And there's a simple reason for that. And the reason is that we used the fast model. In the next prompt, you'll see I've given it exactly the same prompt, but I simply switched it to thinking. So that was the only setting that I had to change. And you can see here that it has actually generated something much closer to what I was looking for. It's actually very cyberpunky, and it's completely pixel art. So it's very much closer to what I was looking for. Now, I wanted to take this a little bit further to see what else I can achieve with this. This isn't exactly the image that I want to go with. I don't really like it, even though it is following the instructions that I have given it. So I was going to basically provide it the exact same prompt, but I'm going to also attach a reference image. So I wanted to give it an example and tell it, okay, you know what? This is what my face looks like. This is the kind of image I want of myself, but I want to use a specific reference image. And I did a quick search. Don't ask me why I used Bing, but I did. So I did a quick search and I found these images. And you can simply do a screenshot. And I like the first one here. And you can just simply do a screenshot and add it right in there. And as you can see, it's ready to go. And we're going to leave this on fast and let's see what happens. So we're going to execute the prompt. Again, I have the original photo of myself. I've given it a reference photo, and I've given the exact same prompt, except that I've added that extra little step, which is to also use the reference image. And the result is actually pretty funny, but it's also fairly bad. And I think you'll guess at this point why this is so bad. I mean, it generated it fairly quickly, but it's because we've selected fast here again. And if you see here in the next tab, I've done the exact same prompt, so same image, the exact same prompt, the reference images, and so on. I've set it to thinking, and of course, it's generated something much more interesting. So it actually looks like, the format looks a little bit like the reference image. The background looks like that, the colors and so on. You have some key lighting, etc. That makes it a lot more interesting. And of course, it somewhat looks like me. So definitely much better, a big step forward. Now, as a next step, I wanted to see, okay, well, how can I compare this with ChatGPT? And with ChatGPT, again, I'll go through all of the steps, but I just gave it a reference photo, gave it my original face, and the exact same prompt, and actually it did a pretty decent job. If you can see here, it generated a pretty cool image. I mean, some of the proportions may be a little bit off, but it's a little bit more interesting. I mean, some people might like this. It's really your own personal preference, but it actually did a decent job. Now, I ran this one more time just to see what it can do, and I actually added this little comment here. So I said that I want to restyle this image with a cyberpunk aesthetic, vivid neon accents, futuristic textures, glowing details, and high contrast lighting. And it actually ended up making something a lot more interesting. The face is actually angled the same way as the original photo I had there. Gave me an earring for some reason, but it looks pretty cool. And this I really, really like. It's actually much better than the ones previously generated here, at least in my opinion. You can go ahead and actually build on top of this. And I have gone ahead here, for example, and said, make my glasses more sci-fi, whatever that means. But it actually did that. It actually made it a little bit cooler, made it a little bit more sci-fi. And this is an image that I actually really like. So you could see that, between ChatGPT and Gemini, and I know Gemini uses, Nano Banana, which is supposed to be fantastic, but with the correct prompt, with the correct reference images, you can get amazing results from either one. So hopefully this has been helpful for you guys. Comment below to let me know which one of these images you actually liked. I'll use the one that gets the most votes for the channel. So we can go through these. So this is the first one, this is the second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and the last one right here. Would love to get some of your feedback, and if you have any other ideas for me to try on these images, and if you've tried a few different prompts, then please share them. I would love to see what kind of cool pixel art you can actually generate using either ChatGPT, Gemini, or any other tool that's out there. So if you want to build faster and smarter with AI, subscribe to Pi the AI Guy so you don't miss the rest of the series.